Hi everyone. I just got home. It's a Saturday. Something unfortunate has happened yesterday. Oh wait, no, the other day. Was it yesterday? No, yesterday, yes. Something unfortunate has happened yesterday. I found out that one of my high school teachers from way back, from 2017, unfortunately passed away because of health conditions. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And it's really sad because he was a very impactful teacher, and I want to take a moment to reminisce and appreciate this person's life that I know will heavily affect his family and everybody that's close to him. Now, this teacher of mine, I saw him around at school too. At school, of course. I saw him around at church too. He was the only other person at school that went to the same church as me. And so I felt really connected to this teacher. I truly saw him as a mentor and somebody that I can, seek guidance from. He was my Araling Panlipunan teacher, a Tagalog subject. I had two Tagalog subjects, and that was one of them. And I was struggling so much with it. I was having such a hard time. But it was really helpful that he was my teacher, because I was able to connect in some way, and I knew that he was the only person I could really relate to, or the only other person at school who could, know where I'm coming from sometimes in discussions. And because I was in a classroom, yes. Oh yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. All my other classmates belong to different religions, but they always had the same religion with multiple classmates, and I was the only one who had a different religion. And that teacher was also the only person I knew in that school that went to the same church as me. Now, I had very, very special conversations with him. He was kind of like that cool uncle that you go to for advice if you couldn't really do that at home. And my classroom was literally next to his guidance office. So every time something would happen or something would come up, I would feel automatically compelled to go to him for help or for advice. And even if it's about the most stupid things, like high school crushes or stressing over grades or whatever, which stressing over grades isn't stupid, but all that boy stuff, I would go straight to him. Hold on. It was nice to go to someone that I knew would give me honest advice and honest judgment, and to go to someone that will tell you exactly what you needed to hear, even if you didn't like what you were hearing. He was so truthful to me, and he gave me such genuine advice that was truly for the best. Even if the advice hurt sometimes, I knew that he was it was good that someone was that truthful and honest with me. Now, this teacher of mine actually was the very first teacher in my life who's given me a line of 7 in the card. It was my first experience ever getting a grade like that in any subject, because it was a Tagalog subject, and at that time when I was 12, when I was in the 7th grade, my Filipino was so poor, and I was struggling so much with it. and I got a 72 on my card. You know how bad that is? I was thriving in all my other subjects, and that was the only one that I failed so miserably. And I remember, like, the moment he showed me my grade, I just burst, and I like cried. I was crying in front of everyone, and I was so ashamed and embarrassed and confused. In my mind, in the beginning, I was telling myself, how could this happen? Why would this happen? He's supposed to be the teacher who, like, fully understood me, who's supposed to be on my side all the time. But, you know, I learned from that, I learned from him at the time when I consulted to him about it and asked him what I could do to fix it. He told me that sometimes you needed to fail, and it's not ultimately a bad thing, and it's the only way that we'll learn. And at the time I was so angry. I did not want to hear any of that. I was like, no, that's BS. You're supposed to be my friend, because I was close with this teacher in a very wholesome way. But yeah, that was one of the stories. Another thing, he was so supportive with me in all my high school crushes fantasies. Because I was a 12-year-old 7th grader who was absolutely delusional. My type has always been sorry. My type has always been men who were way older than me. The youngest of them being 3 years older than me. Like, that was the minimum. I would have crushes on boys that were at least 3 years older than me. It wouldn't, like, go under that. He was, like, the guy was either gonna be 3 years older or more. Now, there was this guy, at school. I was in 7th grade, and he was in 10th grade, and he was, like about 3 years older or 4 years older than me. And I was crazy over him. I was a 12-year-old girl, and I had all these emotions and fantasies in my head of one day he's gonna be my boyfriend, and one day he's going to like me too, and all this stuff. And I would vent this all out to my guidance counselor with no shame. And I would tell him all about this guy that I had a crush on. And he didn't make me feel stupid for it. He didn't make me feel stupid for liking a guy that much, even though it was so dumb, and, like, obviously this girl's crazy, it's all one-sided, and she's like, whatever, she's just a kid. Like, even though I was just a kid and it was a stupid, dumb crush that would go away eventually, he didn't make me feel dumb for having all those emotions, and he literally heard me out. And everything that I had to say, even though it was so dumb and, like, not academics related. And then I remember this one time, even though it was obvious that I had no chance with this varsity guy that was, like, 4 years older than me. He was playing basketball, and I would fawn over him all the time and watch him and swoon over him, whatever. Sir Jun was so supportive in all of it. Like, he was the only person, like, not the only person, because, like, he's probably the only one who really knew, but he would be rooting for me and, like, supporting me and be like, hey, he's playing right now sa court, naglalaro siya ngayon, panoorin mo na, like that, all that kind of stuff, you know, just the usual teasing and such. And it felt, you know, it felt nice to have somebody support you in your delusions. And that was Sir Jun, you know. And one of my favorite memories with Sir Jun that was really sweet, I remember there was gonna be a prom at school, and it was my first and last, I think, because after that I never experienced it again. But there was some kind of, it wasn't really prom, it was like JS night or something, and the entire high school was gonna go. So I was in the 7th grade and he was in the 10th grade, so we were gonna be in that same event, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want him to be my date. So even though I was 12, I had guts. There was a whole cotillion thing that the entire high school was practicing, and so there was rehearsals announced for this cotillion, and the choreographer didn't really choose who you were going to be partnered up with, because he said, just partner up with whoever you want, just choose your partner, go with whoever you want to dance with, and then we'll begin practicing the choreography. And obviously I wanted to be partnered with this 10th grader, with this guy that I had a big crush on. So I was a 12-year-old girl, and I had the guts to ask him. I asked him, like, before rehearsals, if he can be my dance partner or my prom partner or whatever. Yeah, I asked. I know, embarrassing, but whatever. Anyways, he said no. I would have appreciated just a direct, no, sorry. But he had to be nice about it, which made me even crazier about it, because I'm like, oh, he's so nice about it. Like, if he was just mean about it, I would get over him easier. But no, you know what he said? He was like, sorry, like, ang saya sana if partner tayo, pero may partner na kasi ako. Like, may nauna na daw. Like, some other girl asked him first, and I was like, oh, okay, it's okay. And then I walk away, right? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's so nice. Like, it's like not his fault. It's not his fault. Like, it's my fault because I was too slow. If I asked earlier, then some other girl wouldn't ask him already. And I was just observing him. And then some other classmate told me, like, he doesn't have a partner yet. No one actually asked him. Because they were like close friends with him. They were like, wala pa talaga siyang partner. Wala talaga nagtatanong sa kanya na kung pwede maging partner. Pero ako lang daw nagtanong so far. And I was like, wait, what? So he lied that he already had a partner because he just didn't want to be my partner, and he felt bad for saying that he just didn't want me to be his partner. So I was like, oh. And I was so heartbroken. I know, napakababaw niya, but I was so sad noon. And I went straight to the guidance counselor, to Sir June. And I vented to him about this, and I was it's so dumb of me, but like at the same time I know that I was just a 12-year-old girl who is probably one of my first experiences in rejection. Probably my only experience in rejection. Char. This is like the only guy's ever rejected me. That's crazy. And I took it so hard, and I was crying. I didn't rehearse for the dance anymore. I don't think I joined the dance anymore. Oh wait, no, I did. Okay, I remember. But anyways, I was partnered with some random guy after that. But yeah, I went straight to the guidance office. And I was like, and I was like, I took my chance. Like, I went and asked him. Then sabi niya ayaw niya. Or like, sabi niya, we can't because may partner na siyang iba. Tapos nalaman ko wala pa pala siyang partner, and he just didn't want me to be his partner. So he pretended that he already had a partner para hindi kami magka-partner. And I was venting this to Sir June. And I'll never forget the conversation we had about that. After I vented and everything, he told me, gusto mong sabihin ko yung gusto. He was like, sorry, my Tagalog's like all messed up. But he told me, do you want me to tell you what you want to hear, or do you want me to tell you what you need to hear? And I was like, Sir June, just be honest with me. And he told me, you might not want to hear this, but his exact words was like, Ayana, nene ka pa lang kasi. Nene ka pa lang kasi. Does it sound right? Basta nene pa lang daw ako. Sabi niya, nene ka pa. Nene? How do you... basta. sabi, nene ka pa. And he sees that, that I was like, no, I'm not. And I felt like such a grown-up person already. But no, I was really small. I know I'm a very tall person, like right now, but I wasn't like this before. I'm a very, very late bloomer, so, you know, there were tall girls all around me, and I was the smallest in class, one of the smallest in class. And that's not how I felt though. I felt like such a grown up. I felt like a big teenager, a big girl who can have boyfriends. I told him, no, like, sabi ko, you wouldn't know that though. How would you know that he sees me na nene lang ako? No, like, there's no way. Like, I'm just as grown up as him. Why doesn't he want me? Parang ganun. He was like, just put it this way, nene ka pa lang, and he doesn't want to hurt you. So he's not gonna get your hopes up. He doesn't want to get your hopes up. So he just is gonna straight up let you know somehow that I didn't have a chance or something. And I liked how he put it in that way. Na parang I should be grateful that the guy didn't lead me on or anything, and it was just straight to the point rejection. And hindi niya ako pinatulan or what, when he knows that we were gonna go nowhere anyways. Or if he didn't really like me, and then he's gonna make me feel like he likes me, and then basta Sir Jun was hindi niya hinayaang lumala yung ano ko. Hindi niya hinayaan na I would obsess over him or go crazy over him over nothing, parang ganun. And that really put things into perspective, and I was like, wow, I came to the right place. I went to the right person to talk about this, and I was like, Sir Jun, thank you. I was I didn't like what I heard, because I just heard that he sees me as a kid, but thank you still. And then prom came a month later, and I was kind of sucking a bit. I was kind of sad girl vibes. I was not dancing with anyone and just silent, and I felt so insecure. I felt so sad, and I was like, damn, he doesn't want me, whatever, I don't feel like dancing. Sir Jun pushed me that night, pushed my confidence, just dance with him, and so what if you're the one who'll ask, And I was like, Sir Jun, I can't do it, please. And he was like, sige, ako yung mag-aano sa kanya, I'll ask him if he can dance you. And I'm like, no, I hate that, he's gonna, ayoko yung the guy is just gonna dance with me just because inutusan siya or what. I was like, I don't like that. No, I don't like, I will feel terrible. So he was like, okay, then you should ask him to dance. I was like, but I'm a girl. And he was telling me ano naman, kung babae ka, this is prom, and you're just have fun, huwag mong isipin yung mga yon. He would tell me that all night, and I would keep being like, no, I'm too shy, I can't do it. Until eventually, in my mind, I was like, oh, Sir Jun's right, I should just do it. Fine. And I finally did it, and he was kind enough to accept to dance with me. And while we were dancing, and I was so shy, I was so embarrassed. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry that I'm putting him through this. But then Sir Jun really broke the ice, or he made me feel a bit lighter. He would walk around us like an embarrassing parent, but it really wasn't that embarrassing because it was funny. And flashing his phone, it would be oh my gosh, you guys are oh, Nana. Oh no, he doesn't call me Nana. He was oh, Ayana, ganon. And he was cheering me on while I was slow dancing with this guy, and he was so nice and supportive, even though I was this delusional 12-year-old. And I found our conversation from the day after, when he sent me the picture of me and that guy dancing. And I scrolled all the way back to me and Sir June's like conversations to find if we have a picture together, but we don't have a picture together. It makes me so sad. But then I saw this, and I remembered this. I remembered this whole thing, the prom thing with the guy and stuff, and I remembered like, oh, he used to be so supportive with me. I mean, supportive. On this whole thing. So this is hold on, why is it, this is Sir June's chat. I screenshotted it. This is Sir June's account, and he sent me the picture of me and the guy dancing, and look at me, bro. I'm so tiny. This skinny ass person, that's me. And I wasn't smiling, like it's a blurred picture of me being like, because the whole time I was like, Sir June, please stop, like no. But you know, deep down I thought it was sweet that he was so supportive, and that's the guy. Whoa. So yeah, that was my crush back then. That was like way older than me, but I was obsessed with him. And Sir June not only supported me with my childish obsessions, but he also made sure that I snap back into reality every now and then. So yeah, anyways, I didn't realize I was talking for 20 minutes long. I'm sorry, but yeah, those are some of my favorite memories with Sir June, and there are other experiences as well. But I was really sad to hear the news. The last time I saw him was probably a year ago at church. He seemed like the same old, same jolly person that I knew, and I will be forever grateful for everything I learned from him. Despite giving me the worst grade of my life ever, I've learned a lot from him, and my Tagalog definitely improved because of his class. And it will always be special to me that, oh my gosh, oh chill, no, I'm not gonna, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm just a very sentimental person. Anyways, it will always be so special to me that, you know, knowing that I had somebody during those times when I was in high school to talk to, and have somebody that really understood me, because I felt so alone in certain situations, especially when it came to religion and stuff. I felt like everyone was against me because I just didn't have much in common with them, and that I belonged in a different circle. Gosh. But he really heard me out in a lot of things, even though they were childish fantasies and high school crush obsessions. He was there to listen to me, and I really needed that at that time, at that age. I just needed somebody to talk to about all that stuff, because I did not have like a good group of like girlfriends. I know like that's so high school, right? Like you just have this group of like girls who are so supportive and so nice to you. And I didn't have that, but it was fine because I had Sir June. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, I'm glad that, like, you know, when I left South Lakes, I was able to give him my thank yous, but then, because after South Lakes, I didn't really get to speak to him anymore, or see him as much. But I wish I have a few regrets, you know. I wish I told him more how much I appreciated all those days. It's a real guidance counselor there. And I know he's just doing his job and stuff, and he was getting paid to do all that anyways, but I truly found a friend in him. So yeah, thank you, Sir June, for all of that. I really needed that. And it was a crucial part of my high school life, because high school was hard. Rest in peace, and my heart goes out to his family. I'm sorry I have to cry like this because I'm just so sentimental about things, and I've been thinking about it since yesterday. Go tell everybody that is important in your life that you appreciate them and that you're grateful for them, even if it's just like your teachers or your neighbors or your friends, because you really don't know how much time you have left in this world. You really don't know when it's somebody's last day. It could literally be anyone's last day. It comes so unexpected. I can't imagine how their family is feeling right now, because it's really sad. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share, in memory of this wonderful teacher, and I know he's touched so many other people's hearts with the amazing teacher and friend that he is. So yeah.